Good morning. It is September 26th. The garden is kind of in full swing now, at least as good as it's ever going to get since it's September 26th. And let me show you a few things we have going on. First, let me point out one thing. I grew this celosia from seed that I kept last year, and then seed started and put outside. All of the celosia that I did that with, well, except for one where it wasn't its fault, has just done beautifully. And I've been cutting on this even for cut flowers. So I'm going to save more seeds again this year. And I really love the red. The sunflowers are big and still pushing blooms. These ones were succession planted, and they are kind of spindly and little, but they are starting to do something. I've already cut a few of these for indoors. They're just, small, delicate sunflowers. I think they're the Soraya, S-O-R-A-Y-A, that I picked up from Johnny's Seeds, I believe. The larkspur, this is the last one with the purple flowers there. They've done really well, and I have been allowing the seeds to just spread over the garden in the hopes that we get a bunch more next year. They've been prolific, they've been beautiful, and animals won't touch them because they actually have a poisonous compound in them. So, so I'm gonna go with more larkspur next year. The gladiolus are doing well. In fact, there are some that are getting ready to bloom. Of course, I'm going out of town, so I'm gonna miss that. Here's some of the red salvia that I also started from seed. It's doing nicely. I see bees in it. We're just finishing up with the hummingbirds, and the hummingbirds are really having fun, just tanking up before they go on their winter journeys. The spring flowers, like these snapdragons, are doing well. This is probably the best here, the best looking of all of the scabiosa, the Fama white scabiosa that I had put in. Those are right here. All right, sorry, I've got a little bee that is hanging around me, but very low. It's maybe 6 inches tall, but it has the most developed interior foliage there that we might even see a bloom this year. I don't know, I'm not expecting it since it's perennial, but maybe next year and certainly the year after, I'm gonna hope we get some. The dahlias are covered in buds now. This one here has got to have at least a dozen buds, and I have really enjoyed that one. This one here has yet to push any actual blooms, but it's got one bud here, so I want to see what that looks like. It's of course a little bit shaded. This has been definitely one of the favorites, this pink one. I've got another one opening that'll show you a bit more of the color. It's just really, really pretty and in kind of a candy pink. This one here, I also quite like. It's kind of an orangey yellow. And then this one here is just an unexpected fun one. It's kind of a single, and it is an orangey color, but just a soft orange. So definitely having a ton of fun with the dahlias. Here's some phlox that I just picked up. I think it is called Bright Eyes. It is fragrant, it's pink, it's beautiful. I just watered, so some of the heads are hanging low a little bit. This compared to the perennial phlox, other type of perennial phlox, a purple one that I put in a couple years back, that is coming back every year, so that's always nice. Let's see, the yellow rose is doing well. At this point, I'm letting the roses go over and I'm not deadheading, just because it's getting towards the end of the year. What you're going to see on the ground, both back here and in the front, is a lot of the grape muscari foliage. The grape muscari are known for sometimes pushing foliage to gather up some energy in the fall, and that's what they're doing. I do have multiple different bulbs back here, so it could be a combination of that and some others, but I think it's pretty reliable to say that these are the grape muscari. Tomatoes, they are doing well. These slightly larger tomatoes, right? They're maybe like the size of a baby's fist. They are getting ripened. My favorite tomatoes were the other type that the neighbor gave me. These ones here that are kind of teardrop shape. And they don't get bright red, but they do change color to be, more of an orangey red with the green background. All right, and then 2 last points on the dahlias. These are what is supposed to be creme de cassis from tuber. that I picked up, they suffered a lot of damage. I don't know if it was powdery mildew or something earlier this year too, but pretty much lost all their leaves. I had gotten one bud and then the hail was just killing it. So now there's, I don't know, 20 buds sitting on here. This is the most developed one. They certainly don't look dinner plate size, but we'll see what happens. And I'll just be eager to see what it looks like. I'm beginning to suspect that maybe they aren't creme de cassis just given the size, but you know, I'm new to all this. And then this is the favorite that I've had all year, grown from seed. I've already saved the seeds from one flower head, and I'm gonna do it for this one too. But I cut them, I bring them inside. They are absolutely gorgeous. And you can see this one is still opening. Maybe tomorrow, the next day, it would be ready to cut, but I'm going out of town. So, so we're gonna let the garden enjoy these. All right, and then in the background here, you're seeing a little pea plant, which I haven't seen any flowers yet, but I have seen buds. What you see in the background here are scarlet runner bean blooms. And then they're mixed in with lobelia, which has been phenomenal, indefatigable, an absolutely gorgeous addition to any garden, I would say, and self-seed prolifically, right? If you can see here, I mean, I noticed earlier this year when I had put seeds in, they took forever to germinate, but then it was just like a carpet of this. So I will be doing this again next year and putting them liberally in different places. They do well in sun, they do well in shade. They're just a real winner. So go lobelia. Well, I'm gonna leave you with a little supertunia. None of the supertunias did very well this year because it was so rainy and cold. I think now we're finally seeing more blooms because we are getting some warmth at the very tail end of September. Thanks for joining me. If my nephew Kyle is watching, I love you, hon. Bye, y'all.